Welcome dear 1000 PS viewers. Today I tested the new CFMOTO 800 NK Sport and 800 NK Advance in France. What distinguishes the two, how they ride and when they come with what price on the market you will learn in this video. At EICMA 2022, CFMOTO made our mouths water with the NK800 Vision concept. The excessive use of carbon, elaborately machined rims, the single-sided swing arm and the cool SC project exhaust really whetted our appetite for an imminent market launch. But the fact that the 800 NK Sport will be available as early as July came as a bit of a surprise to us. Let's talk about the technical data of the CFMOTO 800 NK Sport and 800 NK Advance. The basis of the CFMOTO 800 NK is the inline two-cylinder engine with 799 displacement, which is the result of the joint venture with KTM, and is already known from the 800 NT. The liquid-cooled engine has a DOHC configuration and offers a maximum output of 95 horsepower at 9,250 revolutions per minute, and a maximum torque of 79 Nm at 8,000 revolutions per minute. The latter is somewhat surprising, as it is 8 Nm more in the Duke 790. The tuning of the power unit includes driving modes was carried out 100% in China. The wheelbase is 1,468 mm, which provides a good mix of stability and agility. The bike offers an accessible seat height of 795 mm to accommodate the rider preferences of smaller pilots. A bench seat is available as an accessory to raise the seat height to 820 mm. With a fuel tank capacity of 15 liters, the 800 NK outperforms most competitors and enables ranges of close to 300 kilometers. Nevertheless, CFMOTO states the ready-to-ride weight of the Sport variant at just 186 kilograms, while the better-equipped 800 NK Advance brings it to 189 kilograms. An anti-hopping clutch is fitted as standard, and the 6-speed transmission shifts well. The Kayaba chassis of the CFMOTO 800 NK wants to be a successful compromise between comfort and sportiness in the basic design. The suspension fork and shock are adjustable, not a matter of course in this class. The suspension travel is 120 mm at the front and 130 mm at the rear. The motorcycle's braking system is strongly dimensioned. Two 320 mm J1 brake discs work on the front brake, while a single 260 mm disc is installed on the rear axle. Due to the lack of an IMU, the Bosch ABS system is not dependent on lean angle and traction control is not available on the 800 NK. Is the design of the CFMOTO 800 NK a courageous concept? The 800 NK offers an absolutely independent appearance. Gone are the days when the Chinese had to be accused of a strong tendency to copy. The design of the Naked comes, how could it be otherwise, from Italy. A sharp front with a pointed LED headlight, an aggressive silhouette and an elegantly free-floating rear. Pilots who want to forgo taking along a pillion can easily remove the footrest for the passenger and thus make the pretty rear look even better. All light units are designed in LED technology. All in all, the CFMOTO looks extremely modern, almost like something straight out of Tron. The design language is also continued in the perfectly readable 5 inches TFT display. Fluid animations are displayed well, and the CFMOTO is at least on par with the competition, if not ahead of it. The advanced version even has 2 LED strips in the cockpit, which create an ambience light known from the car sector. The LED's light can be adjusted as desired. The market differences between CFMOTO 800 NK Sport and 800 NK Advanced. While the 800 NK Sport, as already mentioned, will be in the showrooms of CFMOTO dealers almost immediately, it will take until the end of this year for the advanced variant to be available. We count it among the 2024 models. So if you want to enjoy the following upgrades compared to the standard NK, you'll have to be patient. The surcharge for the advanced variant could not be named exactly yet, but it will probably range between 500 and 800 euros depending on the market. CFMOTO 800 NK features are between high-end and surprise. One thing right away, the 800 NK Advanced lets a hammer not only rush through the class, but through the entire motorcycle market. Wireless Apple CarPlay is not yet known on 2 wheels. Even an 8 inches touch display in portrait format is more reminiscent of Tesla than single-track competitors. Even the Sport version is equipped with 3 driving modes, a 5 inches TFT screen including connectivity, emergency brake lights and cruise control as standard. By means of the CFMOTO app, in addition to reading out various data and the possibility of making settings on the bike via smartphone, even over-the-air updates for the bike will be possible in the future, so all users are spared the trip to the dealer. The advanced version even allows the vehicle to be unlocked and started via smartphone. In addition, a virtual fence called a geo-fence can be set up around the NK. A push notification on the cell phone then warns the driver as soon as movement is registered near the vehicle or the vehicle moves away from the fenced-off area. All of these features and also the integration of Apple CarPlay already work well, but could not yet be tested extensively due to the limited time on the driving day. An extended test drive at home will have to show how sophisticated the extensive equipment is in detail. But even apart from the electronics, the Naked shines with clever and rare solutions. Adjustable clutch and brake levers, for example, are a rarity in this class, but the fact that the foot brake lever and gearshift lever can be set to 2 positions is something that is unheard of even on much more expensive motorcycles. Somewhat surprised was the packet-loaded journalist that one must do without a traction control in both model variants, particularly since this year in the 800 NT Explorer already in a CFMOTO model held entrance. When asked, it was admitted that they are working on integrating this safety feature into the 800 NK, but that development is not yet complete. Next year, the story will probably look different again. The driving experience of the CFMOTO 800 NK Sport and Advanced. Already when getting on the 800 NK gives a good feeling. You take a seat on an adult motorcycle. The low weight is already noticeable when maneuvering or in the low speed range. The CFMOTO is very handy. For a few hundred meters, the electronics search for the right mixture ratio between fuel and air. In this phase, the response is slightly rough, but this subsides within the first 60 driving seconds. After that, the engine revs up willingly, only it doesn't like very low revs. Here the Matic have succeeded in tuning the inline 2 more smoothly than their Chinese colleagues. The sound design on the CFMOTO is better than on the 790 Duke, with which the 800 NK shares the engine, the main frame, the transmission and the Maxxis tires. The sound from the Saber-like designed muffler is really fun and encourages the engine to rev properly. In shifting mode, it is also quite happy to spurt once, especially in combination with the quick shifter results in a remarkable soundscape in the saddle. The tuning of the individual riding modes varies. Unfortunately, the 800 NK does not work 100% cleanly in any mode, as constant jerking sometimes occurs when the throttle is held constant. The gentlest tuning is the rain mode on the CFMOTO. It does not throttle the maximum power, but the power delivery is restrained and harmonious. If you want to be a bit sportier, the street mode is recommended. However, it is also the best compromise for everyday use and unleashes the power of the 800cc unit satisfactorily. The sport mode is radically, almost digitally tuned. Even people with a lot of feeling in their wrist find it difficult to gently apply the throttle. The too sudden onset of power unnecessarily brings a lot of unrest to the vehicle and can easily spoil the line, especially in tighter radius. The chassis of the 800 NK convinces with solid response in front and rear. To use a timed comparison to the KTM 790 Duke, one notices that CFMOTO had a clearly broader claim with the interpretation of the NK, as it is the case with the Buckhart 790 Duke. The basic tuning is clearly more geared towards comfort and suitability for everyday use, but this suits the Naked well. You have to make minimal concessions in the front wheel transparency, and also the suspension strut does not pass every ground groove directly to the lumbar spine, but has a motorcycle with which even longer stages can be reeled off without problems. On top, the chassis is adjustable in contrast to the orange stepsister, so can still be adjusted according to personal preferences. When it comes to tuning the brakes, even novices won't be overwhelmed. With the stately 320mm definitely bringing braking power to the road, only the first bite isn't as venomous as sporty pilots might want. The ABS also controls rather conservatively. When braking into corners, one registers a minimal setup torque in the saddle. Perhaps this can still be improved with a retrofit strip. The turn-in behavior of the Maxxis pneus is predictable and neutral. Hardly any force is required to throw the machine into the radius. But if you ride on the last groove, there are certainly tires on the market that give even more confidence. That would be nice, because the gorgeous roads of southern France, which the test ride brings us closer, certainly invite ambitious corner chasing. As always, I have tracked them for you to follow on CFMOTO. Conclusion of the CFMOTO 800 NK Sport 2023. Here comes a real firecracker from China on the market. The 800 NK shines with over-complete equipment. There are features in this bike which you do not get in this class otherwise. The engine is a joy dispenser with charisma, the chassis is balanced and the brakes are correctly dimensioned. Smaller tuning points still need to be tinkered with and traction control will probably be included in the coming model year. However, the package is more than tempting even in the current configuration, considering the low entry price. Conclusion of the CFMOTO 800 NK Advanced 2023. The 800 NK Advanced shines with over-complete equipment. There are features in this bike that you can't get anywhere else. Wireless CarPlay and ambience light, to name just 2 highlights, almost border on decadence. The engine is a joy dispenser with charisma, the chassis is well balanced and the brakes are correctly dimensioned. Smaller tuning points still need to be tinkered with, and traction control will probably be included in the coming model year. However, the package is more than tempting even in the current configuration, considering the low entry price. Thank you for watching the video about the CFMOTO NK800 Sport and CFMOTO NK800 Advanced. I hope you enjoyed the video and leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to always get informed about the newest bikes.